Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Julie Quizon. I miss this person. But let me introduce her first. Okay. Julie is a counselor and a psychotherapy nurse for highly sensitive persons. She advocates for a very holistic and minimalist lifestyle. Later, I will let her explain what it means. Let's all welcome Julie to Soul Talk. Hi, Julie. How are you?
Hi. Hello, Philippines. I'm back.
I met you when
3.0.
I met you when we were conceptualizing New Earth. How how has it evolved and how are you still connected to New Earth?
Yeah, so me and Michelle has this project that was more of a mission project that was we were guided by our guides. So it's more of a angelic realm. It's really more of the soul because it's soul talk and it's about the sacredness of the soul. So the New Earth wellness is a services that we offer to a lot of people right now. So including Michelle's services, which is hypnotherapy and as a spiritual alchemist. And she would also show you the roadmap, how to manifest and meditate. So at the same time, Michelle is really good when it comes to the highly favored people or person. So those will be on the works. But her services are already up in our website, the New Earth Wellness. So we're just
Oh, nga,
figuring
thank you
out
for
her.
including me there.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
still there. So Michelle is one of the original New Earth Wellness a spiritual teacher, and yeah, she's one of our original team who created the New Earth Wellness. So she's still there. We're still working on a lot of more like focus group right now with the New Earth Wellness. Yeah, and then we now focus on not just people who really needs this kind of services right now. It's a great awakening for spirituality, and yeah, we're here to guide everyone on their journey, share our experiences. So that's the New Earth Wellness. So New Earth Wellness is about sharing our wisdom, how we prepare our wellness at the same time. And it's I call it the 3 walks of life. So I try to make it more of a minimal as what the intro of Michelle is as a holistic minimalist. So we simplify life by for New Earth Wellness, we just focus on 3 walks, which is walk with wisdom, walk with wellness, and walk with wealth, because we are all sovereign being. And yeah, it's time for us to enjoy this new earth, abundance, prosperity, wellness, wisdom, just to make our life here on earth more fulfilling. And we are the new earth. We are fulfilling our own new earth.
yes. Actually, that's a nice concept when you first introduced it to me. That's why I felt aligned to your work. But speaking of your work, because I also know that you have created courses or modules or services for highly sensitive persons. Perhaps you could also explain what a highly sensitive person is, because it's not a term that everyone actually understands.
Yes, it's an innate that it's an innate, so it's not a disorder or something. This is something that I finished recently. So I'm a certified HSP or highly sensitive person counselor. So this course I took it in the US online during the pandemic. So I'm trying to learn more about myself as we work towards our project in New Earth Wellness, and these words just, I learned more about myself, and then just it happened. I was, drawn into this highly sensitive person term. And then it's a research founded by her name is 𝐒𝐮𝐥. She's a researcher, a doctor, and then they work on this book. It has been to know more about this innate of a person, that it's always they're always sometimes confused. I have to be careful with clinical words between the spectrum of the so there are a spectrum that is always been confused with this innate. So they're like highly sensitive people. So so usually, what are the signs of a highly sensitive person? So a high so we have some on my website. You could go check it out. And then so there's some questions if this is something that you are. So are you easily overwhelmed by such things as, bright lights, strong smells, coarse fabrics, or sirens nearby? So the highly sensitive person is more of, because I'm a mom, I'm really focused. So even before the organic products, that it's all about Bella, right? So being mom. And now I recognize that, Bella is different from other kids. She's quite more sensitive. I need to really nurture her. All the attention and special care that I really need. She's very gentle. She's very delicate. So one of the manifestation is her physical manifestation. That's why I started with the organic product, because she's sensitive with smells, with strong perfumes. So, and that's one of the reason. And even I myself, I have sensitivity with skincare products, right? So if I would, use some mascara that is not like safe cosmetics, I would have rash or something like that. Even with strong perfumes. So I don't use perfumes right now. So just natural oils, which is essential oils and stuff like that. So one of those traits is, you have sensitivity with smell. So, and I thought it's more like, I just have sensitive skin. So the sensitivity starts with that, with, and then so a lot of people here are sensitive with skin, and I'm sensitive. I have sensitive skin. My child has sensitive skin. At the same time, so there's more with Bella. Bella is more overwhelmed with bright lights. When she was born, she's like overwhelmed with the bright lights in the hospital. Strong smells, coarse fabric. She doesn't like any tags in her clothes. So I have to take off all the tags, all the new clothes, right? That she doesn't like tags, or buy some clothes that doesn't have any tags or any loud noise like the sirens nearby, especially the hand dryer in the washroom. She doesn't like that since she was like a baby. And then she get rattled when you have a lot of overwhelmed. So that's why she said, like, okay, mom, I'm a sacred soul. I take time. I'm a critical child. I take time. Don't rush me. So, she takes time with everything. You don't rush her. Don't push her to things that she doesn't like, because she get overwhelmed, and she doesn't like, like for me, I don't like violent movies. And I like, it would creep me in. Like I can't watch, horror movies and stuff like that, because it would stay for me like for 3 days probably, or something that's really intense. So, so I sometimes, like for us, like as a sensitive person, we would withdraw during busy days. Like I want to be alone on my own
All
and
right.
have privacy,
That's understandable. Yes.
and relief from the situation. Okay, I need space. I have to go to the washroom. I can't be overwhelmed with any, situation. So I get overwhelmed with a lot of situations and stuff like that. So there's a lot of you know, all these questions that you could check if are just some of the traits that you have. We're overwhelmed with crowd, with too much crowd and stuff like that. After at the end of the day, you're so drained. You felt like your energy has been, you know, has
Mhm.
been you lost your energy.
Yes.
And then
Actually, a lot of sensitive people really do experience that. So it's even in my circles, I
yeah.
know friends and acquaintances who would withdraw
Mhm.
from too much crowded spaces. How do I say this? Crowded spaces or noise. They would just withdraw, go inside their room. Sometimes they go out of the cities to
Yeah.
experience a more simple and quiet life.
Yes.
So studying HSP and offering services to the HSP actually started with your journey as a mom.
Yes.
And then
So
when you realized that Vela was so sensitive to so many things, and that's also when you became aware of your own sensitivity to things. So
yeah,
it's
so
practically your own journey.
yeah, it's all journey. So even if you could check my Michelle's interview with me during the when is it, like maybe a few years back ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's always the journey. So and that's why I call, like, this is my 3.0, because I'm a not a different person, but it's just this is my different version, because
Yes.
we upgrade ourselves, right? It's like a
Yeah.
technology. So I upgrade to a different version now that I kind of take away a lot of software that doesn't work for me. So antivirus, any any software, even the hardware, if you could see, we have to do
I love the
some
hair.
upgrading. Yeah.
I love
So
the hair. This is actually your third time with me here in Soul Talk.
yeah.
So
So this is
from
the third time.
yes, the last time that I talked to you, I think that was still with Noel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And well, there's other recordings that we haven't, but
Yes.
it's on
Even
Junior or
you
Thomas.
invited me to your own
Yeah,
vlog.
so we have, yeah. So for your hypnotherapist and the spiritual alchemist, it's over there. So you could have that. So yeah, so this is the third time that I'm here at
But
the
it
Soul.
seems like it's been a while since we last talked. How how are you right now since the last time? Although I couldn't exactly pinpoint. I think it was way back 2021 when we last had our conversation. Is that
Like this with the soul talk. Oh my God. So
yes.
you've been soul
And
talking. You've been soul
and
talking for a while.
end of 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then we both busy to, I call it
Oh yeah,
the
we also had that project on our life.
yeah, the aura light. Okay, maybe we should
Yes.
show them. It's still there. So you know what? It's funny because you've mentioned aura light.
Yes.
So someone just I'll send you some of the link. One of
Oh,
like
that's a beautiful stone.
one of a healer learns
It's a
about the
very
color.
vibrant stone.
Yeah, so she said it's for Akashic records actually. So this is the
Hmm.
new color of the universe. I'll send you the link.
Purple.
It'll be the Akashic record. The universe will be the like the no the blue one, like the beach blue.
Mm,
The ocean blue.
it's like
So
navy
those are
blue.
the universe, and this is the Akashic record. So this is the new. They said the new universe, the new Earth color. So everything. Well, I'll send you the link. So it's interesting. Just like a few weeks ago. So anyway, so yeah, so we have this project, and this is part of the so I call the sensitive kids the crystal child. So I'm actually focusing on the highly sensitive children.
You
So
are.
it
That I didn't know. That's a new update.
so
So
it is
right
the
now,
well,
right now,
yeah, so this is for highly sensitive children that's I'm focusing. I'll have my clinic soon in just locally here. I'll be working with other mental health group with I'll be working with one of a doctor, which is a clinical psychologist. Because they said these services is really needed right now. So we
Mhm.
have other groups, marriage and family,
Wow,
um,
beautiful.
some trauma, which is I can't deal with that because I'm a highly sensitive person.
Yes.
Someone I just like the gentle approach and very, because that's why like I can't take a lot of very dramatic. Some people could take that because that's their traits, right? Because I can. I that's why now you understand all your traits is your gift. So, and this is one of the method and also some meditation that we are working on for the children. So they need that. So after finishing the course, like, oh my God, I said, everything that I'm working on is aligned to this without me knowing the energy,
Ah,
medicine. It's all healing for the highly sensitive children. Or I call them the crystal child because this is not just about. I'm actually more focusing not on. So of course the basis, which is the science, which is the psychotherapy, and all those things, but I'm more focusing on the not just that, right? So there's a lot of alternative, more of the alternative medicine, holistic approach into that. So I'm still being true to who I am. Like of course we have to learn about the science of this and then the spiritual aspect of this, which is we cannot deny it anymore. We are a spirit in this body. So first is the spiritual aspect. And one of this is a healing crystal for them. So that's why I call them the crystal child, and they need it. And Val always have her crystal when she's sleeping and stuff like that. When she's in
how,
anxiety, when
how old
everything's
is Bella right now? She seems to
she
be
just
like
turned
a pretty
6. She
6.
turned 6.
She
So
seems so grown
if
up.
she's not feeling well, she'll grab her crystal and like, Crystal, please heal me. And then she'll call Jesus and Crystal, please heal me together. So she'll do that. And then her lavender oil just to soothe and calm her. So and then she'll sit on the Oralite,
The cushion.
the cushion. She'll
Yes,
have her cushion
the
and
meditation
she'll do
cushion.
her meditation.
Ah, she's like a
Super.
oh my gosh.
So it is actually sharing my experience as the parent, of a highly sensitive child. So it's like sharing it to them. And then I've met a lot of people lately just to prepare myself. Like, yeah, there's a lot of really their interest. So even sometimes I'm in a restaurant, or if they knew about, then they do, like, everybody would just listen and learn about the highly sensitive child, and then they realize, like, I think I'm a highly sensitive grandma already, or a parent. And then so I advocate, I talk about that because not a lot of people know about that. So if you have to talk and ask, or if there's some situation you see somebody in school or something that a kid just is panicking with overwhelming and stuff like that. So I would talk to the
So
parent.
there's a different way of dealing and managing a highly sensitive child.
There is a different way. So, and then of course, I want people to know that the sensitivity is not something that is, it's the opposite. So I want to focus also on the power. So there's power in sensitivity because these children and these people are like transmitter. You have no idea how powerful you are. So it's not about just, like, oh, like poor little bean, she's a highly sensitive. No, like, oh my God, you're a highly sensitive person. You're that powerful, I'm trying to
There's always a
show
gift.
them the other side of the spectrum, which is, how it is with a patriarchal world, right? Everything is, you have to be doer, you're physically trained with everything, especially here in North America. You have to be good in sports. You have to be like more like, the other side of the brain. the builder. So the masculine and the feminine. So most likely when you're hyper, you're you know, you're in the sensitive spectrum, you're like the feminine, right? The sensitivity. But there's a balance of that. So I'm here to really more of and I'm working with the rest of the other who are also trained with this to really reach to them, and then so I'll invite them over, maybe we'll have some talk and to discuss more about different experiences and different approach to not just myself, because they are more experienced than I am. I'm practically new to this, but at the same, but my passion is like, because I knew this because I didn't even know some of the things that I do is the way to do it, because I'm more of like a mother dealing with
Yes.
a highly sensitive child. So, and then to also orient not just myself, but my husband, and the other friends to how to gently tell them about, to like prep them. Okay, this is how we deal with her,
Yes. But
or
you
with
know,
the
I
play group.
because this is you're based in Canada, and at least there people are aware if there's a highly sensitive person um around them. But here in
Oh,
the
not all.
Philippines,
No, not
oh,
all
not
are.
all, but at
No.
least they're open. I'm not sure if here in the Philippines it's actually being talked about.
Well, I think there are more advantages here, but not even the doctor that I will be working with, the clinical psychologist. So they know, but then the depth of it is it has to be with someone who is specialized, because you have to be trained with it and you have to be in school with this. Or you could be both, but you haven't experienced. For I have the experience, I'm trained with it, I am the certified with this, and I am I am this.
You're
So you
also
know what I
you're
mean?
also sensitive. You're also
I'm
highly
working. Yeah. So I'm both like I'm a highly sensitive person. Maybe not as the spectrum as my child is. There's like a different like level of sensitivity to at the same time. So it's like a volume, right? So like this mild, but it's under still the highly sensitive person, just different volume. So and then how just to work with them. Yeah, it's
Just
very
a
interesting.
question. Just I have a question though, because the last time that we talked, HSP was on the sidelines, but now you're shifting your focus to HSP when you have already kind of established the earth, the organic
Mm-hmm,
products that you were
mm-hmm,
selling, the product lines that you were
mm-hmm.
developing, that was already quite established. And for you to have
Yes.
the courage to really, okay, let's put that in the sideline and move HSP into
Yeah.
the priority.
Yeah. So those are the things that highly sensitive person need at the same time. So the holistic way, even the products that I was developing is actually for highly sensitive people, because it's not no chemical and all that. So they would eventually use it if they, or find something similar to that. So there's no waste in everything that I have encountered. It's actually but it's more of, because you know what I mean? It's more of the soul and the well-being of a child is more important at this time than all those are like just, I'm not saying it's not important, but those are like the personal skincare, right? I'm not saying it's superficial, because it's also important for our daily, but it's I think right now it's more in focus on the soul of the child, or not just for myself and for my child, but for other people. Now it's time for me to reach out to that, you know
Your work
so
has evolved from being the skinologist now.
yeah, then those
Uh,
are the physical aspect has the reason. I didn't even know that, it's all related to just one thing, to a highly sensitive person. Or I probably call them more of a crystal child, or for older people, that's why I call them a sacred soul. And then it's an acronym for the sacred soul. So it's the sensitive, and then artist. So how do you determine sometimes if they are the sensitive or the sacred soul, right? So sensitive, artist, creative people is really sensitive to. R is the radiant of light, or you could be a rebel because you go against everything. Right? Because it's something that you're not comfortable to, right? You'll fight for it, or you'll stand for it. E is empath. The empath usually are the sensitive people too, and the D is divine. So I want to, sometimes words is very important. So when they said sometimes sensitivity, it's always like, the opposite of a powerful in this dimension. But I want, that's why it's not that I don't want to acknowledge the sensitivity. There is the sensitivity, so just try to convert them into something more meaningful and depth and more like wide range about that. So they are sacred. So when you feel, oh, they are the sacred souls, so so there's more, they feel empowered. If you said that, there's more sovereignty on their sensitivity. So that's what I'm trying to do, to play around with words. I love to play around with words. And for children, because they're crystal, right? They're like crystal, they could feel everything. Everything's just amplifies like a crystal. And I call them the crystal child, because that's how they are. You amplify this powerful child, so they brighten up the whole spectrum of that class or something, the group. So you empower them. So that's the goal. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And it all started with your own personal journey as a mom. And now you're offering this service to educate other people as well about the HSP, that it's not
Yeah.
that it's not a weakness, but in fact
Yeah.
it's something really powerful, which
Mm-hmm.
represents your gifts.
Yeah, it is a gift, and they are a gift. And the reason why there's a lot of this existing, because in the spiritual side, they are needed at this time to be on this earth, to create this new earth. So
Yes,
this
I
crystal
completely
child.
agree with that. Have you
Yeah.
ever encountered opposing views about the HSPs? Or everyone that you have met is more encouraging and open to
Oh
learn
yeah,
about the
yeah.
HSPs?
Well, there's opposing, or some, probably more of, they would say it more of like a helicopter parenting, right? Or, but they, because they don't know like why this parent tried to do a helicopter parenting, or maybe they would just think I'm a Filipina mom who's very, or a Ilongga Filipina mom who's very, endearing, and then very protective, right? Or a bubble wrap mom. But yeah, yeah, so I think, so she her soul probably choose me to become her mom so I could protect her and to learn
Yes.
more about this, the sacredness of the sensitivity. So I think, so I use the word sacredness because right now, like, yeah, we cannot deny that the soul is really sacred, and we are a soul, we are a spirit, and this is the vessel that we have, to use, so we could perform our mission here on earth. That's all. To,
This is a nice update, Julie.
yeah, I think it's time to, I really felt that before, I kind of like, maybe I put it more, okay, let's start with skincare first. So gently, really showing or peeling off the sacredness of each of our soul. But right now, like, yeah, let's let us be seen right now. We should be seen. It has to be probably announced. So I'm really open, actually. Like, if I would see, sorry, I'm just gonna. So I'm really open to anyone who I feel like not intervene, but I would introduce. about highly sensitive person. Like I would, the same thing that I talk about the New Earth Wellness before, the same thing that I would talk about Aura Light before, so especially this time. So if the more thing that I campaign over things that is just physical, right? Like a crystal, how powerful it is. So right now it's the child's soul, how she is, and then the parenting, that's more.
But
Because
I agree to what you're saying because there's so many children being born who are light bearers, are transmitters,
mhm,
and they bring so much light here on earth.
mhm.
But of course, with that kind of gift, there's also sensitivities, and not a lot of people really understand that, how to deal with such a child. So I
Yes.
really appreciate your work
Mhm,
moving forward and how you could help a highly sensitive child, you know, adapt to
yeah, to
life.
create a space
Yes,
and
and to
create a
create
space
this to
for
be,
them.
yes, to also bring forth the new earth.
So I really felt like right now, especially here in, well, not just here, but most likely, there's different movement, right?
What
Races,
what
gender, and
kind?
all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yes, yes. There's a
So,
lot of,
um,
especially in North America, but here in the Philippines, there is also, but
mhm,
more in the, maybe in the more upper classes,
mhm.
perhaps.
Yeah, and then right now there's this, every child matter with every indigenous here too, which is we would wear orange t-shirt for the indigenous children. Everybody, every child matter
Mm-hmm.
to them. So it's nice to have this movement too, to to create space for people whatever they preferred, you know, whether they choose whatever gender they preferred right now or whatever they want to voice out. So like for me it's more of people right now, the awakening of the soul to really stand for what they believe, who they are. So um for me, I really believe in, right now this is the platform that I'd like to help and work with at this time. So that's why I'm here to do that. I mean, there are others who, so it's more of like there are others how, everybody has their own special role in every
Yes,
place in the community, and to honor and respect all those roles that we have, and as we coexist. So I think
yes,
it's very important that everybody would just coexist. Not all very into the patriarch, or because they have a role, so then we don't have any buildings and stuff like that to live. So there's no, we need this patriarch energy or the masculine energy to build bridges for us so we could move from one place to the other. We need this mechanical and technical
yes. Actually,
abilities. We also
always a
need,
balance naman. We always need to balance the feminine and masculine energies.
yeah, and then there's it's more of like for sensitivities, like how we empower, you know, the sensitivity of these individuals, and to more of like bring awareness that there is such people who are highly sensitive. And yeah, and even in research shows that this is a normal trait, and it is found 15 to 20% in the population, you know and then it is an innate, so it's not a disorder, and stuff like, and it's not just found in human, this even in the biologists, there are different species for like birds, fish, and dogs, horses, and primates. So
So, Hold on. So you mean that there are some HSPs who are being diagnosed as someone who has a mental disorder?
Yes, there could be.
There are.
Um,
Oh, I did.
yes. So that's the thing. So no, this trait is normal, and then there are has being, so it's more of like there's a borderline into that. Sometimes it's a thin line to really know if it's under the spectrum of let's say autistic or autism disorder,
Mm-hmm.
or and other disorders that's how would I say, there are some traits that overlap, so to find
Okay.
what it is, you know what I mean? So there are similarities and overlap some of the traits and stuff like that, which I can't really speak on behalf of that because I'm not authorized person to speak on behalf. I could only speak of what I would think an HSP is, but other
Yes,
diagnoses and stuff like that, I'm not qualified to speak on that
it's
behalf.
okay.
Even argue
But
with them, you know what I mean?
yes,
But
actually,
there
based
might be
from,
cases. It could overlap, or it could be not as misdiagnosed, probably, because I can't verify that until
yes,
it's so there might be traits also, but I think it's a relief to know um if they know that it is a trait to some degree of it, at the same time how to manage it.
yes, I'm sure that would be very helpful to the caregivers, especially the mothers who
Mm-hmm,
have children or HSPs or
mm-hmm.
who's falling under the spectrum. It's a wide spectrum.
Yeah,
Actually, based on what you have shared today, I could see that the purpose behind your work is really you being a mom, Filipina and Ilongga mom to Bella,
it's
which
very
allowing you to serve others as well. Perhaps as an ending to this podcast, um, perhaps you could share your specific services and how people could reach you if they want to know more about the HSP.
yeah. So check. I haven't so just I have the website. Just go to juliequizon.com and to learn more about the HSP. I'm working on some of the domain too. Um so I do have the services that I'm working right now. It's so actually more of a local here in town. So
Uh,
I'll
there
clinic.
is,
Yeah, but I have a website for people to know more about the HSP, and I'm still trying to put an online services if they want to. I'll probably put some just like a free inquiry, maybe a 15-minute courtesy call for them just to know more about, HSP, and if I could
yes.
check.
So
So
I should be sharing your personal website,
yeah.
juliequizon.com.
And I could
All right.
I'll send a link to you about where they could, if they want to book like a free to your audience, like a free catch up, more of like a free assessment and stuff like that.
All right.
So I my actually my focus really more of is to do advocacy into this, to if I could do a lot of like a free services to the awareness for the practice, to know about the highly sensitive person, just to help them around to begin with. So yeah, I'll give you the link. I'm still working on some of the services, and then the services that I'll be providing is for highly sensitive children, and then how to coach parents about a highly sensitive person. I also have like a group therapy, more like a group counseling, to put them together. It will be local for the meantime because I haven't figured out how to do it online. But for online, they could do like a free assessment online first right now. So yeah, it's free for now.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing everything you know. This is just a snippet of what you know, actually, that you're really already an expert on HSP. Um, but thank you for sharing your time and your knowledge about HSP. And I can't wait to see how your work continues to evolve. It has been, oh my gosh, I first met you during the pandemic and it was still different what you were offering. And now you're, it's like the mom inside of you is really pushing forth and allowing you to share this service to everyone. And this is something that a lot of people would need as well. So thank you so much for the things that you're doing to advocate for the HSPs. All right. So we're ending. I sorry, I didn't hear you. You were saying something?
Oh yeah, just if we could be gentle and be kind to everyone and treat them as highly sensitive children, that will be great.
Oh naman, we should always be nice and kind. You know, even if we're firm and authoritative, there should always be kindness together
Mhm.
with it. Thank you so much, Julie. And for the favorite ones, whether you're watching live or on the replay, um, I hope that this is something that is an eye opener for you because it is for me, although Julie has been talking about HSP for quite a while. It's only now that I'm really digesting it and seeing how it is actually what the world needs right now, especially for children, especially for young children. Thank you so much. And for the favored ones, remember that you are truly favored and highly blessed. And let's all live our purpose. Let's do whatever it is that our role is inviting us to do so that we could help everyone on earth. So thank you so much. God bless. And thank you again, Julie.
Bye bye.